Oh my god. For those of you who watch my videos, I'm so appreciative that you be sitting through like the 16 to 18 minute ones. My most popular videos are like the deepest dives, which are 35 to 40 minutes. Maybe I'm just entertaining enough to go for the long form. Captain America literally has multiple versions of him. I'm not gonna go into the lore. Fuck the comic book people, okay? Because y'all gonna do this shit and nitpick everything I say. I'm trying to make it palatable for everyone. If you want to go deeper into it, into the comments, drop whatever knowledge you have about Captain America down there, okay? Okay. Start typing because I'm going to talk while you type. Dean Cain played Superman. Dean Cain used to be awesome to me. What the fuck happened to Dean Cain? So Breitbart posted this article and said, Superman has had enough of Marvel Comics' woke anti-Americanism. Do I need to pull up? Is Marvel's fascist Captain America losing command of his fans? Timelines, right? But he's always been fighting Nazis. That's the whole thing. It's fashionable to bash America. Why the fuck would a group of people who think, hold it down real quick. Why would a group of people who think America is so great, like, be so disillusioned to think that other people wouldn't have a problem with it? Like, why is the discourse always America's super great or America's super broken? You don't think that there's an issue on both sides of that equation? Let's analyze both sides for 5 seconds. The side that thinks it's great must have all the benefits or availabilities of America to them never have a criticism of it, right? So to them, America must be this awesome place. If I tell you that some of the things that you have are not afforded to me, why do you think that's my fault? Because you worked for them? Like, do you think I'm not doing the same thing as you? Like, there are gaps in income and education and social services. Like, there's gaps in everything. There's gaps in literal road crews, construction, police forces. Guys, the quality of your police department matters too. Just because they hired a bunch of people to be cops doesn't mean you have a good police department. Remember quality? Anyway, remember what I said earlier in another video about how, like, oh, I thought we didn't like when celebrities, like, were Breitbart. Oh, it's fashionable to bash America. You tell him, Dean Cain. I thought you was a celebrity. Stay in your lane. Learn to act. Read your lines and shut the fuck up. Oh, but when they have an opinion that's good or a good American thing, the rights all jump up on that. Like, come on. Let's see what he had to say, though. Dean Cain, one of the most iconic Superman characters, slammed the anti-Americanism of Marvel Comics after it featured a new issue of Captain America in which Steve Rogers denies the reality of the American dream. Cain said it's cool and fashionable now to bash America and to hate America. This is not true. I am on the exact opposite side of the fence. I love this country. It's not perfect. We are constantly striving for a more perfect union, as we all know. But I believe she is the most fair, equitable country ever, with more opportunity than anyone's ever seen. And that's why people are clamoring to get here from all over the globe. Okay. Then why are we denying people entry into the country? Why are we then demonizing countries that are supposedly less than us for wanting to get in here? People who leave here from better places have capital and they know that they can exploit it more here, so they come here. They'll be accepted and assimilated quicker. That's why the stories about immigrants providing everything for their child that to have success in America is such the story. Because even in that story, you're admitting that the onus is on them to work harder to achieve what you could just walk into a place and get. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I don't. We literally going through Asian violence right now. Don't get me wrong. You know, I was there. I was fucking there when we was doing the whole I hate brown people thing. Come on. His response followed the release of the first issue of the series, The United States of Captain America, which has the captain denying the reality of the American dream. I'm loyal to nothing except the dream. Here's the thing about a dream, though. A dream isn't real. I'm starting to think America actually has two dreams and one lie. The first American dream is the one that isn't real. It's one some people just expect to just be handed to them, and when they get angry and then they get angry when it disappears. When the truth is, it never really existed in the first place. He adds the dream with the white picket fences is a lie that doesn't get along nicely with reality. Other cultures, immigrants, the poor. Rogers goes on to take a swipe at those who favor tougher immigration laws, saying we're at our best when we keep no one out. A good dream is radically shared with everyone. When something isn't shared, it can become the American lie. That is correct. That is wow. That is on point. We've talked about that before. Like, the American dream was centered around, moving to the suburbs, the white picket fence, the house, the two kids, the wife. You go to work while she stays at home and everything's beautiful in a nice community. That was the American dream. That was literally the point of every single piece of propaganda, every single movie, everything that we ever put out during that time frame. When more tight-knit communities, and when I say tight-knit, I really want to say ghettos, but I don't want to say ghettos, like just areas that were poor, started becoming dominant mainstay forces on the political sector, and then the civil rights movement, and then everybody was having sort of like this elated sense of freedom of capital movement. Sorry, I was thinking about something. Yeah, my mind literally just flew away from something. Yeah, no, that's true. Like, and I've always talked about that when it's being ports. Like, you look at your surroundings and you think about if they were to improve, would your mental health improve? Like, what would be the difference when you shift your surroundings? And like when you live in a certain place for a long period of time that wears down on you, you become comfortable because as long as you're in that position, you're not worse off than somebody else. It could always be worse becomes your mantra. And that's a destructive lifestyle, which is the lie, the American lie. Supporting the flag in the red, white, and blue in the United States of America makes me a revolutionary in some terms, which I'm fine with. No, it does not. Pondering whether woke celebrities, including athletes, have ever traveled to other places where they have to deal with governments who aren't anywhere near as fair as the United States. See, it's the worse off argument. The worse off argument makes you say, well, you don't have that much to complain about. The problem is that all the other places will never become better than the U.S. because of our and other countries' imperialistic efforts and capitalist exploitive efforts. So when all of that gets wrapped around, you can't do at least I have it better than that person, because in our own country, some people have it just the same as those people in the other countries come here. See the difference? We just idolize, or we propagandized it to make it a little bit more palatable. Like homeless people are a problem that needs to be cleaned off the street, not a human who's in need of extra assistance to become a member of society as we expect everyone to be. So it's their fault. Poor people, as they see, it's the way we communicate this, or the way we did communicate it, has been consistently. That's why I fucking hate conservatives that say this. Personal responsibility. Like that doesn't make sense, because then if you destabilize a place, it's on them to recover, but the effects of that are still felt. And more people are becoming aware or being woken up to the fact that that is a more prevalent society that we perpetuate with our capitalistic system of constant consumption, bars. So when we lay down the common understanding of the differences in between class structures, we can't say things like, "Oh, have they ever traveled to other places where they have to deal with government?" Like they have, like to the point where like skateboarders make video games about it, and like the immediate point is, when I'm thinking about Tony Hawk's Underground, when you go to Russia, you get locked up. Like they talk about freedom of expression in there. We had a whole anti-war movement, and we were talking about different countries and how we need to liberate these people. Free Palestine, remember? Like, who have you ever gone to those places? Or are you just saying, well, they get that, so we get this, that makes us better? Like, the styles can still affect people. One can be more directly oppressive. One can also be like the invisible enemy. Y'all love to say that so much. That comes around every couple cycles and says, "Oh, you're getting a little too big there, kid. Let's bring you back down." I don't think they do, he continued, expressing hope that the pendulum will swing back to openly appreciating American values, the Constitution, and Bill of Rights as soon as people start studying them in school again. What are American values you're talking about? The Constitution. What the fuck does that mean? The Bill of Rights. Like, tell me the Bill of Rights, and then tell me about the amendments, and then tell me why we had to amend them instead of just thinking about that right off the rip. Why did we have to fight wars and have super big battles to get some of these amendments? Like, I really think that people think that there will be no other amendments to the Bill of Rights in the America's lifetime. Like if society moves into a hyper cyberistic, like everybody travels everywhere through tubes and shit type thing, and we got floating cars, you're gonna have to change some of the doctrines of how you live in society. Therefore, you will have to change the foundation of America. What did you think was gonna happen? That's why I hate the fact that people use I get constitutional originalists, but like you're interpreting it back then and trying to keep the thread so equal to the present, but like the situation changed. The situations for a lot of the things that like, I swear to God, the internet was not a concept in 1300. Maybe some weird dude was like, what if one day we could all just see each other through mirrors that reflected other people's faces instead of our own? And people's like, you're crazy. But like we have that now. Like we have the total recall. You touch a button on a thing on the thing, and the person's face come up. Like we got that. If we had a new society where all of this was just brand new and this is the way we started, wouldn't we build rules and laws and stuff around that? So this type of revolutionary patriotism that the right keeps professing is nationalism on a toxic scale. What does that lead to? Hello? Okay, that is the end of it. This is not the first time Marvel Comics has tap danced into the world of woke. In 2012, for instance, the comic effectively characterized Tea Party conservatives as a threat to America, eventually prompting an apology from the company. Captain America writer pushed out an issue that cast conservative philosopher Jordan Peterson's ideas as on par with the hateful idea. Yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was funny. Hollywood in the 21st century is a disgrace to the country who made them rich and ignorant. Oh, he's one of the few actors in Hollywood who has the courage to stand like Superman against the tsunami of wokeness engulfing Studio City. Oh my god. Oh my god. Breitbart. Y'all still listening to Breitbart? Oh man. Anyway, fucking sick. Shit that Superman that they don't even parrot when they talk about Superman. He was woke. It's idiocy. I'm so glad my Steve Rogers wrapped up before the idiocy and bad pandering writers infected Marvel. Oh my god, they're rehashing comic books, bro. They're rehashing comic books. Like, we've been there before. They just keep doing the same thing. Like, why are comic books political? Bro, his name was Captain America. Literally the arbiter of justice. Like, do you not see a political message in that at all? He punches Nazis. You don't think that's political? Like, capitalism versus fascism. We punch Nazis. Matter of fact, you talk about fascist government. What is our government? A capitalistic government? Like, what is it? Tell me. Like, what exactly is your issue? Fuck out of here.